Timothée Chalamet has been Hollywood's golden boy for years, but now he's caught up in a headline that sounds more like a horror movie than a gossip piece. Rumors are flying that he's convinced the Kardashians aren't just running empires and reality shows, they're running something darker. Yep, we're talking whispers of black magic, energy rituals, and behind-the-scenes manipulation that might explain why everything always seems to work in their favor. And honestly, when you look at the evidence, it's kind of scary. Before we dive into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The Kardashian curse. It's a phrase that's been floating around for years, and honestly, it's not just a TikTok joke anymore.
Mary Jo Shannon, Kris Jenner's mother, was previously married to Robert True Bob Houghton, Kris Jenner's father. One night, after consuming a significant amount of alcohol, Bob and his fiancée made a decision to drive to the next town to get married the next morning. Tragically, their car crashed, resulting in Bob's instant death. In 1968, Mary Jo married a successful businessman named Harry Shannon. They had been married for over 40 years, until his death in a car crash in 2003.
Fans and even insiders say there's a real pattern here. No man lasts in the Kardashian orbit without something strange happening to his career, his reputation, or even his mental health. Some people take it so far, they straight up call them witches, claiming there's something dark tied to all the glitz and glam. Just look at Kanye. At one point, he wasn't just famous, he was the cultural icon. His music, his fashion, his influence, untouchable. But fast forward to his split with Kim, and it feels like his empire crumbled in real time. Public meltdowns, canceled deals, and a total shift in how people see him. It's like the spark that made him a legend dimmed the second that relationship collapsed.
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, whew, this guy? Because, I mean, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Jesus. And you're the one told a guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. Mm-hmm. You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
Like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he didn't know.
And Kanye's not the only one. Remember Tyga? Back when he was with Kylie, he had hit after hit, clubs blasting his tracks every weekend. But after they split, his career stalled hard. Sure, he's still around, but the buzz he had, gone. Lamar Odom's story is even darker. Once an NBA star, his time with Khloe was followed by very public struggles that nearly ended his life. Tristan Thompson's reputation tanked too, not just from cheating scandals, but from how the Kardashians spun the narrative. Scott Disick is another one. He was practically family, and while he made money off the show, his personal battles with addiction and self-destruction became his whole storyline. Reggie Bush, James Harden, Chris Humphries. The list of guys who lost their edge after being tied to the Kardashian brand just keeps growing. That's why so many people push the idea of a curse, whether it's bad luck, toxic PR control, or, as the wilder theories say, some kind of black magic. The results look the same. Men come in hot, and they leave broken, forgotten, or completely different.
They're doing just fine. I think Kylie's the youngest billionaire ever. Kim's a billionaire. Khloe's got money. Kendall's doing her thing. She's literally the top model in the world, highest paid model in the world. They all got money. The women are doing just fine in that family. But what happens to the men? Number one, you're the father. You represent OJ and then you die. Okay? Straight up die. Robert Kardashian, dead. Now Robert Kardashian, he's a recluse. Hasn't been seen in years. I think he's on the verge of 300 something pounds. He knocked up Black China, horrible decision. He knocked up the epitome of a 304, and he hasn't been seen in years. Then you got Lamar Odom, all-star, stud, NBA championship, marries Khloe, next thing you know, rehab, almost dies, overdose. Get it together, holy. You got Scott Disick in and out of rehab. That was my homie at one point, but holy did they ruin that guy's life.
And now, Timothée Chalamet's name is caught in the middle of these whispers. Is he next in line for the so-called curse? When people talk about the Kardashians, the word Illuminati comes up way more than you'd expect for a family that got its start with a reality show. But the deeper you look, the harder it is to ignore some of the patterns, the imagery, and the rituals that surround them. It's like they're not just playing the fame game. They're playing with something darker. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians, fans have pointed out scenes that feel a little too symbolic. Remember when Kim posed for that bizarre photo shoot in the desert with her face covered and her arms spread like a sacrifice? Or the endless use of all-seeing eye jewelry, checkerboard floors, and triangle shapes across their fashion campaigns? These are classic Illuminati visuals. The exact signs conspiracy theorists say powerful elites use to signal their ties to higher powers. And it's not just once or twice. The Kardashians repeat these aesthetics constantly, almost like they're flaunting it. Then there's the way they celebrate Halloween. Sure, celebrities go big on costumes, but the Kardashians' choices often cross into unsettling territory. Kim has dressed as a skeleton, a vampire, and even channeled dark goddess vibes in elaborate rituals that had people online questioning whether she was mocking death or embracing it.
If you were wondering, this is what Kim Kardashian wore for Halloween, and that's Kanye West, both in custom Balenciaga. And if you're asking yourself, what do these two multi-millionaires do with all their money for Halloween? This. They turned their house into one giant spider's web. Come on in. All of their hallways were covered in spider webs and spiders everywhere. They even turned one room into a trampoline room. That's a trampoline! We will never be that rich.
Kourtney has leaned into blood and witchy themes, posting cryptic captions that fans immediately flagged as occult-coded. The obsession with darker, ritualistic costumes year after year has made the rumors of black magic ties impossible to shake off. Even their bold, shocking stunts in the media feel planned with ritualistic precision. Think about Kim's 2014 Break the Internet cover. Her champagne glass balancing act wasn't just provocative, it was eerily similar to old occult art symbolizing power, fertility, and sacrifice. Or Kylie's constant rebirths. From lip kits to billion-dollar mogul to Timothée's girlfriend, each rebrand feels like a phoenix ritual, carefully staged as if she's being initiated into higher levels of power. And it's not just aesthetics. The Kardashians are always positioned next to the biggest global players, billionaires, political figures, and moguls who themselves get linked to the Illuminati. It's the company they keep, the symbolism they repeat, and the influence they wield that keeps feeding the theory that their fame isn't just hustle, it's tied to higher forces pulling strings. What's got everyone really talking is the idea that Timothée might have actually seen or experienced something unsettling behind the Kardashian curtain. People speculate that he witnessed rituals, controlling behaviors, or just the darker side of their fame machine, the part that's fueled rumors of witchcraft and Illuminati ties for years. Timmy has also hinted about black magic being involved that did explain the sudden tension and why he seems less invested than before. Fans are now divided. Some think Timothée is smart enough to dip out before things go left, while others fear it's too late, that the Kardashians have already locked him into their web of influence. One thing's for sure, his next move could determine whether he breaks the curse or becomes another name on the list of men who lost it all after getting too close. So, whether you believe in the so-called Kardashian curse, black magic rumors, or just think it's all Hollywood drama, one thing's clear. Timothée's situation has everyone watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you're locked in with us, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of this wild story.